Today we have a massive unboxing haul from Looney Labs. Hi, I'm Kevin Baker and you're watching Shangri-La, my YouTube channel for tabletop board games, birding, and other educational videos. Please like and subscribe and leave some comments. Now this video is actually indirectly sponsored by Looney Labs since they are now a sponsor of FlamingoCon number 32. They contributed these 5 board games and some additional expansions to my other Flux games. So thank you very much to Looney Labs. So now let's go ahead and show you what's going to be available to play at FlamingoCon number 32, Bigger and Better, coming up really fast, August 15th and 16th at the Embassy Suites Hotel in West Palm Beach, Florida. 27 hours of board gaming. Okay, so first let's take a look at Mad Libs. So, I've enjoyed playing Mad Libs when it was just the pad where you added your own words in there. So let's see how they do it when they turn it into a standalone board game. Okay, and it's going to be fun. So we have adverbs, adjectives. Okay, so they show a card with some words on it, and then a sentence card. I'm going to use the word cards in your hand to make the most inappropriate sentences possible. The funniest sentence wins the round, and the first to win 3 rounds wins the game. With Mad Libs, the game, the fun is adverb, adjective, and everyone will be verbing their nouns off. So 3 to 8 players, ages 10 and up, 20 to 40 minutes. Okay. Made in the USA. Excellent. Take a look what we have inside the box. We've got lots and lots of cards. Okay. Then we have some more interesting cards. And they don't skimp on the number of cards. So tons and tons of cards. And let's see. Oop. One more slipped in there. So we've got catalog, the other Looney products. You can go onto their website and purchase. Okay, 1 set of rules. Nice. So basically not very long. And then these are the sentences to be constructed. Okay. Home is where you verb your noun. So hypothetically, where you romance your fool. Home is where you romance your fool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and that is the unboxing of Mad Libs the game. Let's put this all back together nice and neat. Slip these in here where they will lurk. We'll figure out how to use those. I will go through all the rules prior to August 15th and 16th. So that way you say, hey, Kevin, can you teach me how to play this game? I'll be able to teach you how to play that game. Okay, next one up. One more. I have now about 33 versions of Flux, because Flux is a great game. This is the 100 Acre Wood for 1 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, in 10 to 30 minutes. Okay, let's give this a nice little slice. Okay, if you're a fan of Winnie the Pooh, this is for you. So, if you add Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin, you get Billy Old Bear and Christopher Robin. Okay, so special instructions, catalog. With Flux, the only rule you need to know is the basic rule, draw one, play one. And then you can choose to add in meta rules, if there is one. This one has a meta rule of plush players. So stuffed animals may join the game. Plushies keep their hand cards hidden from everyone at all times and choose which card to play next at random. For all other decisions, plushies will defer to their primary human companion. Each plushie must designate a primary human companion and sit next to them. Humans can only serve as the primary human companion for one plushie. If a plush player wins, their win must not be diminished nor taken credit for. So if your plushie wins, it's the plushie that won the hand. Because clearly plushies are real. So we've got Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Christopher Robin, Rabbit, Tigger, Kanga, Roo, Owl, Eeyore, Eeyore's tail, Honey, bees, some sticks, a balloon, the 100-Acre Woods, Pooh's house, Rabbit house, 6 pine trees, and the river. And goals, when you get the keepers that match the goal, then you win the game. And let's see if there's any interesting. There's a buddy bonus. Okay. If there are any plush players in the game, both the plushie and their primary human companion draw one extra card. That's a benefit to having a plushie in the game. There's a child bonus. If you are 12 years old or younger, you may choose to play one extra card during your turn. If there are no kids in the game, then the youngest player may choose to exercise this bonus. Okay. And just remember, you're only as old as you feel. Okay, there's rhyme time. If you speak a rhyme in your turn, taking time, draw an extra card. If you'd like to make an extra play, a second rhyme you need to say. Then standard draw rules, standard play rules. Play all but one. Play all plus one. I've never heard of that one before. Play all the cards in your hand, then take one card from the top of the draw pile and play that one as well. This immediately ends your turn. And then we've got some keeper limits, some hand limits, and standard rules. Okay. And then some actions. You just do whatever the action says. Like plushie power. If there are any plush players in the game, each plushie immediately draws 2 extra cards, while their primary human companion each draw 1 extra cards. If there are no plushies playing, draw 2 cards for yourself. Okay. So let's share the wealth. Okay, so pretty standard with the different rules. A few unique rules to this version. And with the rules on Flux, the standard rules are on one side, then if there's any special rules that are for this version, then you can find them on the back. Okay. So now let's gather these together. And put these back in the box with the meta rule, with the basic rule. Okay, that looks excellent. Okay, the next one up is going to be Nano Fictionary, the card game of telling tiny stories. Okay, so Nano Fictionary is a storytelling game in 3 phases. In the first phase, everyone builds a collection of story elements featuring at least one of each type. Next, players take turns telling a brief story based on the ideas in the set of cards they have selected. Lastly, everyone votes for the story they like the best, besides their own, of course. Whoever gets the most votes wins. So 3 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, give that a nice little slice. Okay, 1 catalog, 1 instruction manual, and then cards. So you've got cards of different kinds. So you've got green, blue. Okay, so green are the characters, red are the problems, yellow is the resolution, and then blue is the setting. So these are probably the rounds. Very nice. So we have a character. For instance, the character is the late night talk show host. And the setting is going to be on the grounds of the insane asylum. And the problem is going to be something is on fire. Okay, and then the resolution. They never saw each other again. Okay, so the story is the late night talk show host, who had been grooming his replacement for years, finally got the word from the executives in the main office that, sorry, next week is going to be your last show. And so that sent the talk show host into a bit of a tizzy and ended up in an insane asylum where he wandered the grounds trying to entertain his fellow inmates. And then, in order to break himself free, he tried to claim that everything was on fire. And they wouldn't believe him, no matter what, because nothing was on fire. And then, after years and years with his therapist inside the insane asylum, he was finally declared sane enough, and they never saw each other again. What a heartwarming story. Okay. Yeah. Millions of story combinations. And just make it up as you go along. That's what we do in life. But do it with confidence so that everyone will believe in you. Okay, so let's stick that back in the box. And we got the rounds, catalog. But wait, you say, that's not enough. The generous folks at Looney Labs gave us expansion packs. So let's find out what's in an expansion pack. So we've got settings, resolution, problem, and character. But instead of actually having things on there, you can make up your own characters and your own problems and your own resolutions and your own settings. So you can expand your game to include all sorts of unique problems, resolutions, and settings. And then tell your own stories. And then start writing. And spend time writing every day. And within a few months, you could have a novel. And then pitch your novel to publishing houses. And if they don't like it, don't delete it. Keep it, because one day, when you do get your work published, you can go back to your old works that you did, give them a quick rewrite, and then once you've got an established publisher, who knows, they might buy it. Okay, so that's Nano-Fictionary and some blanks. So if you come to Flamingo Con and you tell the person at the front desk, hey, I have Nano-Fictionary that I bought from Looney Labs. Do you have any of those expansion packs? Who knows? They might have these mini at the counter. Got to come on out to Flamingo Con to find out. Okay. Then let's see. Get the MacGuffin with some additional Get the MacGuffin cards. So, a card game by Andrew Looney. Who will be eliminated next? Well, some exchange of identical briefcases, so there's some subterfuge going on. Okay, the object in a story that everyone wants, but which might have little or no explanation as to what it actually is. Get the MacGuffin is a quick game where players must make clever use of a limited hand of cards, ranging from ridiculously powerful to just ridiculous. A calculated risk might gain you the coveted MacGuffin, but can you hold on to it until the last card is played? Is the MacGuffin even out there at all? Okay, so 2 to 11 players, ages 8 and up, 10 to as little as 5 minutes. Okay, 23 oversized cards, plus we have more cards. So these cards, Get the MacGuffin cards, have actions which seem to be fist bumps. Fist bump another player when you play this. Okay, not sure what that does, but hey, we'll find out. Okay. I'm not dead yet. Hippie. An assassin. Can I use that? Okay, let's figure out what these things do. Tomb robbers. Objects. Okay, so I will go through the rules, read the rules, and be ready to teach it at Flamingo Con. Okay, we'll figure out how all this works. And there are the Loonies, good people. Okay. Now, this is not going to fit back in that box. So I will figure that out later. Okay. The next one we have from the good folks at Looney Labs is Ice Duo. Ice dice plus twin win. Okay, so a pair of very different 2-player pyramid games. Ice Dice is a press your luck style dice game. Twin Win is a secret goals strategy game. Okay. So kind of moderate on the complexity level. So 2 players, 8 and up, 15 to 30 minutes. And let's see. We got some nice blue pyramids. And let's be gentle about this. So we've got golden pyramids, purple, red, yellow, dice. Okay. Some additional cards. These are probably the secret missions that you're trying to produce. So, a cyan nest, a cyan tree, red nest, red tree, purple, purple, green, green, yellow, yellow. Okay. In here, we've got the introduction to pyramids, the system for inventing games. So that's the nice thing is I also have no mids, so that'll also be in the library at FlamingoCon. And so it's an overview of how to make trios, nest things together, make a tree, small, medium, large. And there are pips down here at the bottom. So you can see the pips right on here. So you can see this is a level 3, whereas this one has 2 pips. So it fits inside the level 3. Then this has 1 pip, so it fits inside the level 2. And that would count as either a yellow nest. If it went the other way, it becomes a yellow tree. Okay. And there's, dun dun dun, ooh, a board. So we'll figure out how to use the board. And I will learn the rules and be ready to teach it. Coming up soon at FlamingoCon number 32. Okay, let's clear this one out of the way and I'll show you even more stuff. Let's get this cleaned up nicely. Slip it back in its little pouch. Okay, stay. Okay, so Looney Labs also sent a mystery packet. What's going to be in the mystery packet? Let's find out. Ooh, we have even more fist bumps for Get the MacGuffin. Okay, gonna find out what to do with the fist bumps. Let's forget the MacGuffin. Excellent. Now, on the Looney Labs site, they also have additional cards that were given away at different cons. And so you can buy in additional cards that go and can be added to your Games of Flux. Like It Happens. So you got to have the bears and the woods. So that is part of Fairy Tale Flux. So if you have the bears and you have the woods, then you win the game. So go to their site and see all of the different expansion cards that were only previously available at different cons. And you can add them to your versions of Flux. So the next one here, for Star Flux, I have the cute sentient rock being. Damn it, Jim, I'm a cute sentient rock being. It counts as a scientist or the cute fuzzy alien creature. So that goes into Star Flux. Okay. If you're a fan of Firefly, you can have Alliance Treasure. So that one counts as stolen goods, money, or booty, and can't be plundered. So that's a nice one for Firefly. Okay. Now, if you're a fan of Marvel, you have Marvel Flux. In Marvel Flux, you have Groot, but now you can get Little Groot. So if Little Groot is played, Groot must be discarded, and this counts as Groot. And while you have this in play, you can only say, I am Groot. If you fail, and say something else other than "I am Groot," you must move this card to the other player of your choice. Okay? Can't have too many Groots. Okay, next. We have, in addition to Mystery Flux, we have Clean Up the Crime Scene action. So you can discard all of the following cards that are in play: Splattered Blood, Fingerprints, and the Incriminating Note. If you have the dead body, move it to another player, or if playing solo, discard it. If the time bomb is in play, insert it into the middle of the draw pile. So that's another interesting action for Mystery Flux. Okay. Then, Camping Flux. So there is a new goal. We still had fun. And the creepers that go along with that are rain and mosquitoes. So if you have rain and mosquitoes, but the goal is we still had fun, this overrides the you can't win. If you have this goal that actually uses those creepers, then you can actually win. So that is excellent. Okay. So then we have emergency toilet paper. So you can get some more emergency toilet paper at the Looney Labs website. It goes into Zombie Flux. You can tell because the font matches the Zombie Flux, that was the one it was intended for. But you can really use it in almost any game. And as it turns out, I had already purchased a extra emergency toilet paper. So I already have one of these in Zombie Flux. So I'm gonna keep the one there. And then this emergency toilet paper is gonna go in here. This is my Borg cube. Inside the Borg cube, it has Star Trek Flux. And it has 4 versions of Star Trek Flux. It's got the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, all in one box. But I had some people playing it at the last Flamingo Con, and they played for about 20 minutes and nobody won and they gave up. So this one needs to be a little bit easier to win. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some emergency toilet paper in there. Then during your turn, you can exchange this for any keeper in play. So that can help you win the game. So that will be an important addition to the game. And it's now, we'll slide that right in here. And perfect fit. And that is going to be in my Borg cube. The Borg cube is a custom thing that was made for me by a friend of mine, so it is not a commercial thing. But hey, search the internet. Maybe you can find some plans for it. Okay, now these extra cards were donated by Looney Labs, and so they will be available in the Flux versions, the 33 or so Flux versions in the library at Flamingo Con, and as well as the other games that Looney Labs has donated to the Flamingo Con library. So thank you very much to Looney Labs. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in person at the next Flamingo Con. That's going to be August 15th and 16th at the Embassy Suites Hotel in West Palm Beach, Florida. 27 hours of board gaming. See you all in person. Until then, be well.